Hello and welcome to Monkey's Paper Palooza Craft Corner. Today we are going to do a quick little video about die storage, and I'm going to be doing it with the ArtBin magnetic die storage case. It is one of my favorite ways to store my dies. And what you get is you get this cute little plastic case, and what's nice about it is you get magnetic sheets with it in which you can stick all your dies. And what I love about it is the wonderful locking mechanisms they have on top. And we'll go more into that. Now, when you get this, you will get the bin plus 3 of the sheets. Now, these sheets are really nice. They're a large magnetic sheet that go in the entire width of the bin. So it does not waste any space. So let me just show you with the little locks on there, and it's got nice little feet. And oops, I have some that fell off. I'll have to scoop those out after. But these are little locks, and what's nice about them is they click, so you can know whether they're closed or not. So you're not going to lose your dies. They're, you can see that they're open or closed. And what's nice too is there's little locks too if you have sneaky little monsters like I have in my craft room sometimes that come in and mess around with your stuff. So you can actually even put locks on them. Or if you're flying, you can put locks on them too, if you have to put them through luggage. And that way nothing gets taken out of your dies. Alright, so now that I found those 2 little ones, scooted them out, and then I'll show you what we have. Like, I have one that's all my Spellbinder dies, my Infinity dies, my Label dies, and I try to categorize them by sheets, and even down to the bottom where I have my Confetti dies. And I try to put them by theme or by who makes them. That way I can quickly look for them and find what I'm looking for. And honestly, this case could probably carry about 15 to 20 of these magnetic sheets. You do get only 3 to start with, but you can buy the refill cases. I think they come in either 3 or 4 packs, and you can add to them. So as you need more, you can buy more. So really nice. And I believe the case by itself is almost like $16 at most of the retailers. And it's a nice little way to store your dies. The other reason I love this is how compact it is. Before I had a binder, and I'll show you that later, where I kept all my dies. And everything would fall out and I'd lose dies. And then I'd start putting them in plastic bags. And then the plastic bags would fall out and I would lose them again, and it was just annoying. So this saved the day. So I have some Altenew dies that you've seen me use that I haven't yet put in here, and I'm going to make a sheet that's just my Altenew dies. So I can put my word dies down here. And what's nice about these two, you can label your pages. Now if you want to write on your sheets, you can, or you can just stick a little washi tape on there and put exactly whose dies this is. And what's nice too is you can move them around. I kind of like to see what fits where, and if it doesn't fit right, add some more. So those are my Simply Word dies that I put down first. And I also have a kit that is the Fantasy Floral die from them that has the layering flowers. I had bought these a few months ago and hadn't got to put them away, and I figured what a better way to show you what you can do with them to get them out of their packaging and have a nice storage place to put them. So I'm just going to pop these in there and lay them on my magnetic sheet. And what's nice too is you can see what you have a lot better too than flipping through 100 million pages. Because you can fit actually quite a bit on these pages if you space them right. And there's one I got from Simon Says Stamps. And a couple of them I had just ordered that I had taken off their packaging and put in bags to get onto a sheet. So as you see, these are not going anywhere. I can shake it all over the place. The die is not coming off. It takes a lot, like literally flexing the page and pulling them off. So it's very strong magnetic hold. And this box is very compact, so it's a lot of space saving. Now, when I have dies that come in my stamps, I will just put this out. I put them with my set. Like the last set from Hero Arts that I did a video on, I'm putting all these things in this bag with it because I prefer to have my stamps and dies together. These are all singles that are just dies, just word dies, just flower dies, just shape dies, affinity dies. And those are what I put in here. My word dies, anything that I don't have a set to go with. Because I don't want to separate my sets, so I always try to keep those with their stamps and these with the other dies. So a great way to store them. So I just stick them in my Avery and Al pouch if they come with a stamp. But look at all these. These are all my Spellbinders and other word dies. I have some that I'm missing a couple of the Spellbinders, so I gotta put them back in there. And these are my infinity dies that I've gotten through multiple companies. Like my circles. I'm missing a couple circles, which I'm gonna have to find. There's one of them. I'm very bad sometimes putting them back after I do a project. And then I find them, I stick them in the bin, and then when I have a day to just organize them again, I put them back in. That way, I'm not taking too much time. And then as you see, there's more infinity die. And I actually have some room on this page. So maybe I'll stick this new one. I got this beautiful little flower rose set where you can do different kind of roses. And you can border them. Isn't that pretty? And I got sea life and my little wavy lines for hills and mountains. I've got little reefs and flowers and eggs. Windows. Different little dies. But it's a great way to store stuff. As you can see, I am getting quite a bit on here. Some little filigrees. And you can move them around and put them wherever you want on there as they fit. And this is actually the only one that I have a corresponding stamp with. And I have the die. I just haven't got it in a bag together yet. There's some bird ones. I got Christmas ones, house ones, cars, baby shower. Oh my gosh, tons. Little wall, bunch of hearts. Oops, that one came loose. Fun ones. And then there's a bunch more baby. Christmas. Like I try to put them by theme too, and by company. A lot of them I remember who made them, so I don't really need to double check to see. And some of them are just ones I found. Stores and stuff. So there we go. And there's that Simon Says stamp one that I just having a little bag of for now. But it is a great way to store your dies. So what else I love about this is it really is a spacious storage container. And that's one thing I like about ArtBin is they're very spacious. I have their super satchel also. I used to use it for my pens. Also, I have a lot of my Copic markers in those. And then I have one that is just like my everyday papers and stuff. Now this is a binder I used to use. And it sort of worked for a little while. It's a basic little cheapo binder from Walmart. And I had little sheets where I stuck them in. And I have them labeled and categorized. But everything would fall out of that. That got tipped upside down. Everything would fall out. And it was annoying. And there was no way for me to close them shut without making a bigger mess. So I ended up losing a lot. And I ended up getting really mad. And that's when I finally realized this wasn't working anymore. So that binder got taken away. And that's when I bought this ArtBin. Because I was like, I need better storage for them. And that keeps them safe. They are an investment. You don't want to lose them. It closes shut nicely. It keeps them locked together. And it's easy to carry. So if I'm going to take dies to a craft show or any kind of show or something, or to a friend's house if she needs to borrow some dies for something, I literally could carry this to their house. And what I really love about this too is that I can store stuff in here other than my dies because this case is super deep. So for a longest time, I was putting my Cricut mats in here as well as my Spellbinders Tool in one and carrying them to events and stuff and parties and events I would do with my die cutting machine. And that way I could just carry this and my little Cricut and we could die cut our heart's content. So it was a great way to transport this stuff. And I love ArtBin stuff. Their stuff is very heavy duty. It's very well made. It's very sturdy and it's very inexpensive really for art storage. And this one is one of my favorites that they made. And I love the super satchel. So I do want to get some more of the satchels for some of my other storage as I get more. But yes. So if I can get I can show you how everything fit when I carried it. It was kind of cool. Everybody thought that was so ingenious. You can carry it all in there. So there I could put all my little things and see it shuts perfectly. And then I would take my Spellbinders tool in one. And I'd have, of course, my extra attachments inside. There. Oop, that one's kind of stuck in there. But that's not the point. I could have that there with my point and my little brush for my dies. That way it's all ready to clean them. And I could store that right there by that little part. And ta-da. So if I was flying to an event or had a party to go to, or we were just making cards and we needed to bring my dies, it was an easy way to transport them. And for a long time, I even kept that when I was even in my house, because that way I knew where everything was and I didn't have to organize it. That was before I got my office organized where I wanted it. So it was a great way to keep everything together too, because then all my die cutting stuff was together. But just look how deep that thing is. You can easily fit, they said 15 on their site, but I think probably more closer to 20, depending on the thickness of your dies. I have about, I think 14 of those in there right now, 14 sheets or 15 sheets, and I still got some space. So I think I probably could fit another 4 or 5 in there and keep it organized and have space. And you can fill these sheets as high as you want. Oh, there's the ones I'm missing. They were hiding over there in my pile to be put away. Sometimes when I use a die and I don't get to put away, I keep it in my little magnetic bin. That way they don't get lost. And you can put like a little washi title on there saying exactly what dies they are, who made them, whatever floats your boat for organization of your dies. I haven't, because I know who made these dies. You know, my copper ones, I know they're Spellbinders. Some of the Spellbinders were silver that I had, but I know the ones on top are Altenew. I know Cricut made my confetti dies. So I pretty much know who made most of my dies, so I don't need to label it. But if you forget and you want to keep them labeled and keep organized, or that way if somebody asks you who made that, you can quickly look at it and they can look at it and say, oh, that's who made this die. You can definitely do that. There's space in there where you could write a title about what each die page is. But even if you end up getting 2 of these, just think of how many dies you can carry. I mean, look at how many I have in there. That's not including my, of course, stamped ones that have matching dies, but it does hold quite a bit for the little price point that it has. I do wish that when they started you out, they gave you more than 3 sheets, but for a good starting one, 3 is good. If you know you need more, you just order more separately, and you just add as many pages as you want. So it's pretty easy to buy. I believe the pages are like $8. You get either 3 or 4. I know it's like a weird 3s and 3s, but I bought, I believe, 15 because I wanted the max amount. But then I was surprised that there was so much space in between them that I do it. And those are the little feet. They're really nice because they stand nicely because they've got that nice cup design. So it's a very sturdy case that can stand on its own, so I can stand it up, or I can leave it in a drawer or something, depending on what feels comfortable to me at that point in time. But yeah, it is a very sturdy case. ArtBin makes very nice storage cases with separators and bins, and I really love the magnetic sheets on this. I mean, you probably can make your own too, with buy magnetic sheets and then find a little case with locks and put the sheets on it. But this takes out that hassle of trying to find the sheets, cut the sheets, lay out the sheets, put them all together. It's already done for you. And really, in the long run, it's not that expensive. So if you like this video, please check out the last video that we uploaded, as well as one specially curated just for you. And like always, we welcome you to like, ring, and subscribe, but also check out our webpage as well as our Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and soon to be WordPress pages.